Hello everybody, this is Big Man Junior here, and welcome to the tour of my long-term survivor world. I've been playing on this world on and off for about a year and a half now. Complete survival, no cheats, nothing, not even like a little cheaty diamond, just everything completely legitimate. And in this world tour, I will be only touring my base in this world. So my house and a few other tidbits around that. I might make more world tours of this world about different builds, but for now it's just going to be my house. So let me know if you want to see more of my world. But let's begin the world tour by hopping down off this massive tower, which is actually one of the first things I built. And let's make our way to my house. This thing of buildings right here is like the core of my house. This little box right here is the first part of my house I ever built in this world. So we come down this pathway here to the entrance of the house. I've got a nice little lamp right here that I really like. It switches on at nighttime. There's a daylight detector at the top. So it's off during the day and on at nighttime, which I really like. And I've got a nice bit of custom terrain here. It's very small, but I really like it. It's got a nice stream coming out of it, a nice pond. This specific spot has undergone a lot of variations over the years. So has this whole area, actually. Like, over time I've just kind of wanted it to look a bit different, but this house and this part of the house has pretty much stayed the same the entire time. So we go into the house and we've got a nice little doorbell there. I really like it. And basically this part of the house is just my storage room. So we've got a nice little glass floor with some axolotls in it, which is really nice. It brings some life to the place. And we've just got all my chests. So we've got my diamonds and iron and stuff in here. We've got dirt, grass, we've got stone, we got wood. Classic storage room. And I really like the floor. I've sort of broken up the sort of grid-like pattern over here. I've sort of broken it up and made it a bit more of a pathway here, which I really like. But I like the color scheme in here. And I recently changed up this sort of trim around the edge. It used to be spruce planks, but I changed it to stripped dark oak and amethyst. I just think it looks really nice. Now over right in the corner here, we've got a little secret trapdoor that takes us down to another storage area, which I actually finished building just yesterday. So this is my second storage room of my world. The top one is getting a bit full and there are just chests everywhere, so in order to clean that up and make it look a little nicer, I built this sort of underground cellar, and I really love how it turned out. I really love the blocks. The kelp for the walls is probably my favorite part, as well as the birch. Just everything about it I really like. It is one of the builds in this world that is like completely original. A lot of the builds that I do are, you know, they're my builds, right? I don't copy stuff, but they're inspired by stuff I see. This storage room is pretty much completely from my head, and I really love that about it. So yeah, I just really like the vibes in here. I've got some extra stone stuffed in here. Just stuff that I can't fit up there, and that's basically the purpose of this room. Back out into the main storage room. If we go up these stairs here, we go into my bedroom. This is the second part of the house I built. It comes right off the storage room, and this room has undergone a lot of different decoration changes as well. I've just got a bunch of like workstation blocks piled up in here, because I don't really have any dedicated places for them, but I actually quite like the cluttered look. I've got a nice carpet here. I used to have my beds here. I had 2 beds here, but I recently just changed it to 1. It's raining, that's great. I changed it to 1 bed hanging from some chains like this because I really like the look of hanging stuff. I used it in that storage room down there as well. But yeah, I've just got a nice hanging bed. I sleep there. I've got my good old dog right there. And I've got a barrel here just so I can dump inventory into it if I need space, just as a temporary thing. And that sign is actually messed up. There we go. So coming off the bedroom is my smelting room. So I just smelt my stuff in here. I smelt ores, sand, kelp, yeah, anything that can be smelted I smelt in here. I also have some smokers for food, and we got some nice decorations which just help improve the place a little bit. And I really like the trapdoor walkway across to it. Now if I come back into the main part of the house, there is another staircase, and it goes up into several different rooms. The first room is this kind of indoor garden. It's a very simple room, and I rarely go in here because it doesn't really have a purpose. But I just have a few plants in here for show to, you know, fill up space, I suppose. And then there is more staircase that leads up into what I guess I would call my second bedroom, and I'll actually sleep because it's a thunderstorm. So yeah, this is kind of my second bedroom, if you want to call it that. It's mainly got decorations in it. It's got a jukebox. I have a bunch of music discs in these barrels. I've got some armor and tidbits hanging up there as well, and another dog in the corner. And this is where I do my work in this world, because I'm always very, very busy working away. When you've got a world this big, you gotta be switched on, you gotta run it, you got a lot of responsibility. And I have a nice view out the window. And if I'm hungry when I'm about to go to bed, or while I'm working, there's a kitchen. I love this kitchen. It is actually, there's just something about it that I'm really happy with. I love this table, and I love the plates and the cup. It looks really nice, and I love the floor right here. And I've got a fridge. I got some storage cabinets above the fridge. Got a nice little washing up area. I've got some food preparation areas. We got my knives and my wooden spoons. And we've got some smokers to cook some more food as well. And a little cabinet with some meats. I love the look of these meats on these campfires. Really, really cool. And we've got the only kitty cat I have in this world. She sits right here. She's got a little fish. Very cute. And she guards my food, because I don't store my foodstuffs down in the storage room. I used to, but I've moved them up into the kitchen. So any food I have, I put up here. And I just really like this kitchen. So that's pretty much the main area of the house. I can show you the surroundings a little bit. So I've got some pathways connecting up a lot of the areas of my world that I use the most. I've got a big wheat field here, which I really like the look of. I'm really glad I built it. I used to just have some random cow farms and stuff right there, but I'm really glad I changed it into a wheat field. It looks really nice, and it's really nice to walk through as well. I love walking through the wheat field and coming up to this office building here. That building is basically, well, I built the office building from the show, The Office US. I'm a big fan of that show. So I built the office building in this world, and it currently doesn't have a purpose. I don't think it ever will, but it's there, and I really like how it looks as you approach it from the wheat field. Also been doing some custom terraining around here as well, which I really like. I plan to do this sort of thing everywhere in my world, because the terrain is a bit untidy in places, and I like that look. And that little floating thing in the middle of the wheat field, if you're curious, it just leads down to a zombie spawner, which I don't ever use. So I suppose I will go over this side of the home area. So this is going around my bedroom and the smelting room. Got a little carrot patch, and I have some custom trees here, which I quite like. I've got some cows in here, and a sugarcane farm in there. I'm not a huge fan of these two things, and I might replace them, but for now they are there. And this up here is, again, I don't really use it that much. It's kind of like my second house in this world. I wanted to try and like build another house that was a bit more like intricate and up to scratch with my building skills compared to that one back there, but I don't really come in here a lot because I don't really have a purpose for it, and I'm not really as attached to it as the main house. I do come in here to grab enchanted books, use the anvil. I have some smithing templates in here, and I do quite like this. I have an armor stand here where I put armor that I'm working on. So I like to kind of build tools and armor in this world, and while I'm doing it, I like to have them displayed as if I'm like having a work in progress, you know? Going up the ladder takes us into, I suppose it's another bedroom slash office space. I only really come in here to look at the map. I have a 9 map. What is it? It's a 3x3 map wall here of the world, and I only come in here to look at this and update it. So you can see the world here as a little overview. I've got a little doggy woggy in here as well. I've got some bookshelves and a chest here, and I do have some beds. I do sleep in here occasionally when I'm like close by, and I've got a little workstation here, but I don't actually use it. And apparently I've been storing my bamboo in here as well. I didn't actually know that was there, so that's interesting. I do have a nice little campfire as well. I do like this sort of house thing, but I don't come in here a lot, so it's just kind of there. This is quite empty in here as well, and I'm not really sure how I decorate that, but yeah. I suppose this is a nice little spot. And this is just a place where I grow a bunch of bamboo. And I don't really use bamboo, so again, I just don't use this very much. Over here is a little sheep farm. I really like this, and I like the look of it. I really like the kind of rocks and the fence connecting it. I like how I built that. And I've also got wheat growing in here. I don't feed it to the sheep, but I do harvest my wheat from in here. And I just come through and I shear the sheep, because I'm pretty sure I have a sheep of every colour in here. Where's a green sheep? Do I not have a green sheep? Did the green sheep escape? I do have a green sheep. Where is he? He's gone. And also, I probably should have mentioned this earlier, but I have this big tower right here, kind of in the very middle of my home area. And you just walk in, and there's a bubble column that takes you up, and it just gives you a nice little view over the world. And I come up here a lot to overlook builds and things. And there's a bubble vator that takes you down as well, but since I have elytra, I normally glide my way down. Okay, since it is becoming nighttime, I think I covered everything I wanted to. Again, I was just showcasing my house basically, and my home area of the world. If you want to see more of my world, I would be very happy to show you all, because there are a lot of other things that I have built in this world, just sort of around the place. So yeah, if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and subscribe, and hopefully I will see you in the next video I make. Goodbye.